ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। Looking for the file still, 1 second. Let us chant until then, up to verse 5. ॐ अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच अनाश्रितः यं सन्न्यासमिति प्राहुः योगं तं विद्धि पाण्डव न ह्यसन्न्यस्तसङ्कल्पः योगो भवति कश्चन। आरुरुक्षो मुनेर्योगं कर्मकारणमुच्यते योगारूढस्य तस्यैव शमः कारणमुच्यते। यदा क्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्यते सर्वसङ्कल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते। उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुः आत्मैव निपुरात्मनः। बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्तस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु तत्कृत्वे वर्तेतात्मैव कर्तृवत्। We have seen the Bhashya, yes? Yeah. So, Atma eva bandhuhu, Atma eva ripuhu atmanah iti uktam. Tatra kim lakshanah atmanoho ripuhu iti uchyate. Kim lakshanah means what are the characteristics of one who is inimical to oneself iti uchyate. And so that brings us to what? Verse number 6. So, and here there are two kinds of people that are talked about. What are the people talked about? What is the first kind of person? Huh? No, only sixth verse. Sixth verse, there are two kinds of people. Yeah, one is, yes, one is who is a friend to oneself and who is not inimical to oneself. That person is bandhu. Bandhuhu atma atmanaha. Tasya, for such a person, what happens? Yena atma atmana jitaha. So there is a conquest. Oh, what are they conquering? An inner conquest. Inner conquest is there. Inner conquest, and that inner conquest is the main thing. The main thing is having a say over the ways of your mind. That is the thing. So when you have a say over the ways of your mind, then you are called Jitatma. And more about that Jitatma will be talked about later. So how does one become Jitatma? What does one do? And here it is becoming impervious to any kind of outside influences. Somebody said something, and therefore I have turned into liquid and have a meltdown on the floor. Somebody said something to somebody at some time. Why you have to personalize it? This is something which is very interesting. So somebody said something, and if I am taking it personally, that means what? I feel I am addressed. So if we go to one old Pujya Swamiji joke, he would say, let's say there is a room full of men. You call Rama. Half the people are named Rama. It's a common name. Yeah. So many Ramas. What is that? Sita Rama, Raja Rama, so many things. Ramas are there. So half the people will look up. Then you go into the, leave a little gap. Then you go into the room again and say, Krishna. And other half will look up because that's another common name. And then you leave 15 more minutes and then you go into the room and say, idiot. Then everyone will look up. This is what it is. It's not that nobody will look up. This is not my name. Hey, who is the idiot? Everybody looks up. And so therefore, that means what? The hook of that pain and sorrow is here, in my heart. It is exacerbated, it is made big by somebody saying something offhandedly, making one extremely sensitive to criticism, making one nobody should say anything. How can you want that? People are there or no? Yes. Do they have mouth or no? Yes. Do they have tongue or no? Do they have vagindriya or not? Yes. They have vag. Therefore what? They will say something. They will, and no, why should they comment? Because that is the habit. What else will they do? That's the habit. Like see, I'll give you one very simple example. Okay. What is that? So when relatives and friends meet each other, there's nothing really to talk about. What is there to talk about? Yeah, the gossip comes later, but in the beginning there's nothing much to talk about. What will you say? Nothing much to talk about. How are you? How are you? And they'll say, how is your child? Okay, the child is now, what is that? 35 years old. All right. How is your child? And that also you can say fine. Married? And then the parents feel like, oh my God, we are bad parents. We are not getting our child married. What's wrong with us? And so the parents take it personally, and then they feel bad and they feel sad and they feel mad, and they go take it out on the child. See, you're not married. Everybody is asking about you. Everybody is wondering what's happened to you. And so... and the child is, I didn't ask to be born. What is wrong with you? This is how it is. So Because they are not curious about your children. Okay? What are they saying? They are just asking in general. Because after they ask about your health and your well-being, what else is left? Children. That's all. And then if they are of a marriageable age, oh, are they married? If they are of an employable age, they will say, does your son or daughter have a job? And if the son or daughter doesn't have a job, the parents take it personally. Oh my God, my child is unemployed, going from ashram to ashram like a vagabond. Oh no, they take it personally. Okay, and so here is where we have to exercise caution. And not see, because other people are asking whatever their reason. Oh, they are curious about my family. They are not. Relax. But how can you say they are not curious about my family? Because they have their own family to worry about. Their child is also not, neither one child is not married, the other one is not employed. Okay, so don't worry. But worry will happen. Why? Because one is not Jitatma. This is what is Jitatma. You don't take on other people's stuff. 100 people in 100 different countries will say 100 different things. It will be like that man and the son and the donkey. You know the story of the man and the son and the donkey? Okay. So the man and the son came back from the riverside, and then they had a little bit of a project at home to, make something. So from the river, lots of free stones are available. So then they put 2 bags on the donkey, and then they were walking home. Along the man, the son and the donkey. Donkey was all completely burdened with big stones from the river, because they were planning to make a little fire pit outside the house using these stones. People said, neither the father nor the son has any karuna. What is karuna? Yeah, kindness, compassion. Look how they are burdening the donkey. Then the father and son looked at each other. They said, yeah, this is not good. Tell you what, my son, the father said, not terribly bright, but anyhow, you carry 1 bag, all right, and I'll carry 1 bag, and let the donkey follow us. So the donkey aram se is going, eating grass on the way and whatnot, and these two are bent over doubled, carrying 2 sacks of stones. Then somebody else come and said, the passers-by, 2 other people were walking, they thought it was a strange sight. The first one belonged to SPCA, okay, Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And then the second one, where did they come from? They just thought this is weird. They said, what a foolish father and an even more foolish son. The donkey is meant to be a beast of burden, and the donkey should be carrying the stones, and these people are breaking their backs. Look at these foolish people. Then what did they do? They put the weight back on the donkey. And then another person, and the son said, after carrying these stones, I am very tired, I too will ride the donkey. So now the donkey is riding with what? 2 bags and the son. Third group of people come and they say, what is it? Why don't I just give you a stick? Break the donkey's back straight away. Why are you doing this? Are you crazy? Poor donkey. How far have you come? And they told the name of the village. OMG, from that time you are walking. What is wrong with you? Then the father and son look at each other and say, we can't do this. We really can't do this. And the father said, now I am also very tired. And so they said, we will just offload the stones, not take the stones home with us. So they shook out the sacks and put them on the side of the road. And they said, we both need a break. And then what shall we do? We will just maybe, the father said, I will ride the donkey now. You had a nice ride. I will ride him for some time. So now, donkey being ridden by the father, son is walking by the side. And then after a little while, of course, somebody else comes. And of course, they talk, as I told you, they have a mouth. They said, look at this shameless father. The little boy is walking in the sun. And this heavy weight is sitting on the donkey, poor son. And then he gets off the donkey, and what does he say? We will just carry the donkey. We will carry the donkey on our backs and walk home. And of course, the story doesn't end there. They meet many other people who say many other things. So if we were to alter our values, our ideas, and even our sense of self, forget values and ideas, our own sense of self, this is who I am. If I were to alter that all the time in respect to other people's critiques, what will be my condition? Correct? I won't know who I am. This is the problem. Even to understand I am Brahman, relatively I should know who I am. I am endowed with this upadhi. These are the capacity of this upadhi. These are the challenges. This is as far as I can go, this and no further. And this is where I end, and this is where the other person begins. Some sense of boundary, some sense of a healthy boundary, some sense of, understanding, a relative self-understanding, not absolute self-understanding as Brahman, but relative understanding of who I am, what are my issues, and how I have to stay away from all of these things. This has to be there. This has to be there. And if it is not there, then this will be the condition. And Lord Krishna will give such a person a new title. What will Lord Krishna call such a person? Anatma. No, I'm Atma. You are behaving like what? Anatma. Anatma means what? Inert, not sentient. There is no worse insult in Sanskrit than being called insentient. Insentient means what? You cannot think for yourself. No, I can think. That means what? You are not thinking for yourself. You can, but you are not. Your brain is as good as dead. You are as good as what? Brain dead. So because you are not thinking on your own behalf, you are coming under the spell of so many impressions, so many people, so many things. You are as good as non-existent. This is what anatma means. You are as good as non-existence. So then the first line shows the one who doesn't succumb to these kinds of things. The second line shows anatmanaha tu, whereas shatrutve means the one who has the one who does not regard themselves as their friend. Shatrutve means because of the hostility. Then the Atma behaves like what? Shatru, you become your own worst enemy, like the father and the son, bending to everybody's will, or having some notion in the head and not going along with it. Yeah. And all that is there, and this is what has to go. This is what absolutely has to go. And so, to not be inimical to oneself. So, Bhashya, Bandhuhu Atma, Atmanah, Tasya Atmanah, Sa Atma, Bandhuhu, Yena Atmana, Atma Eva, Jitah, Atma, Karyakarana Sanghatah, Yena, Vashikritah, Jitendriyah Ityarthah. Yeah, we did this, but since there is a break, it's good to revise. So the first line is explained here. One is a friend to oneself, by whom the body, mind, sense complex and the thinking, the buddhi, the subtle body, etc., is nicely under one's command. Jitendriyah, the one for whom the sense organs and the mind are not subject to so many people's ideas and so many wrong thinkings. And so that is the first one. Second one is described now. Anatmanahatu ajitatmanastu shatrutve shatrubhave varteta atma eva shatruvat tatha anatma shatruhu atmanah अपकारी तथा आत्मा आत्मनः अपकारे वर्तेत इत्यर्थः. Why is this person called non-existent and anatma? Because anatma means what? Not atma. So like for example, we just take it on a relative level. And then you will understand this part of the Bhashya very easily. Supposing somebody is in bad shape because they need liver transplant. So they are put on a list and then afterwards they are taken, some liver is available. Liver is amazing because it has the ability to regenerate. So even a small piece they put, it regenerates. So the liver transplant is there. And the liver of somebody, sometimes even the pig liver, now they are doing with pig heart and pig liver, and so the liver of another person or animal is put in after the surgical procedure. What will the body do? Yes, the body will mount autoimmune response. It will say, what is this? This is a foreign body. No, it's your new liver. Shut up. I don't believe it one bit. The body will attack itself, trying to rid itself of the new liver, pancreas, whatever has been transplanted. Therefore, along with liver, the whole system has to be inundated with immunosuppressant medicine. Medicine that suppress this big response, this response of rejection. Now you will understand this. So the person called by the Lord here as what? Anatma. The person called here as what? Anatma. Why is the person called Anatma? Here, Viparitarthe Nanj. It is used in the opposite to Atma completely. So Anatma means I am working opposite to myself. So just like the liver is rejected by mounting a huge immune response, you are the enemy. Well, the body tells what? The new liver. Does the body need the liver or not? Yes, that is the idea. But the body, not recognizing that it needs the liver, rejects the liver. Similarly, this fellow described in the second line rejects everything and every which way one can be a friend to oneself, self-sabotages herself himself, and then as a result suffers. Sadly suffers. Why? Because one is rejecting oneself. Out of what? Ajnanam, of course. One is rejecting oneself because one doesn't know that one has to be a friend to oneself, that one is naturally one's friend, one doesn't know. Like the left hand and the right hand don't fight. The left hand doesn't say, you get all the importance, because most people are right-handed. You are the one that does everything. I can also do things. First I can be few and do this. Now I'm going to kill you, and now I'm going to be doing this. The left and the right hand don't fight with one another because they realize that they belong to the same family. Here the liver is rejected because of the body doesn't understand. It just mounts a defense because it sees something which it doesn't recognize. Similarly, the one who does not calm the mind has no shama, no dama. Shama, dama are ways of calming the mind. No idea of letting go, no uparati, no titiksha, no forbearance. And then what else do we have? No shraddha, no samadhanam. Rejects everything that is good for them. Like a small child at the dining table. Don't want this, don't want this. You forcibly put in the mouth, pooh, it comes out on your face. Yeah. And so, this is, you have a khichdi face pack, okay, after trying to feed the child. That is what you have. And so, because more khichdi is on your face than in the stomach of the child. And so, therefore, because the child doesn't know, I have to eat this and grow, and I'll have, what should I say, I'll have more brains, I'll have more this. It doesn't know, I'll have more strength, it doesn't know that. So, similarly, this ajnani, instead of paying attention to conquering the mind and the senses, is inimical to oneself. If the mind is not in your hands, what happens? You deliver yourself into the hands of the mind, into the hands of the desire, into the hands of the ragadveshas, into the hands of anger. Either you tame the mind or what? The mind conquers you. You become jitatma or you become jita by the mind. The mind becomes atmajit, okay? You don't become jitatma. The manaha, buddhi becomes what? Atmajit. And nobody can be atmajit other than atmajit. So therefore, this is, even the impossible is made possible here. And so therefore, this is a caution that you start with calming down the mind to see the endless possibilities. So if you calm down the mind, if you are able to be a friend to it, it will take you all the way to moksha. Otherwise, what will it do? If the mind is in charge, it will drop you in the well of samsara, glub, glub, glub. That is what it is, waiting for rescue, which never happens. Then that is what it says here. So, Shatru Bhave means inimical, the one who is inimical. So, even, see, just like if there is an enemy outside, then what do? They will trouble you. So, the enemy inside will trouble you what? Double. That is what it says. Next one. Jitatmanav prachantasya Paramatma samahitah शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखेषु तथा मानापमानयोः जितात्मानः प्रशान्तस्य परमात्मा समाहितः शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखेषु तथा मानापमानयोः. Jitatmanaha, for the one whose mind and senses are in one's hands, and who is what? Tranquil by nature, prashantaha. For them what happens? They are, so Paramatma samahitaha. Samahitaha means the Atma is with oneself. The Paramatma means what? Paramatma is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is, one meaning is this. This is the meaning Adi Shankara takes, but one more meaning grammatically is possible, so we'll see both. So, Jitatmanaha, for the one who is, who has conquered the body-mind sense complex, and the mind has become quiet. For them, what is that? They are as good as Bhagavan. Paramatma samahitaha. Paramatma samahitaha. Or we can take Paramatma to be that Atma. So samahitaha means his self is, his or herself is with them. He or she abides in the Atma exactly as one should. How should one abide in the Atma? Satchidananda. So exactly how it is described in the Upanishads, that is how this person abides in the Atma. That is one meaning. Another meaning is this, that Paramatma, this Atma is what? The one is just like Bhagavan. Another meaning. Paramatma samahitaha. And then, so then what is the phala? Jnana phalam or dhyana phalam. By dhyanam all this is cognized, and then what is the fruit of this knowledge is discussed in the next line. So, shitoshna sukha dukkheshu tatha manapamanayoho what? Samahitaha. That samahitaha has to be brought down. So, samahitaha. So, then Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha. Favorite dualities of the Bhagavad Gita. Shita means what? Hot, cold. And then Ushna means hot. Sukha means sorrow. No, okay. Just checking. Sukha means happiness. Dukkha means sorrow. So in these adverse conditions, opposite conditions, the mind doesn't go this way, that way. Jnani may have dukkha, something very difficult might happen. So the jnani might feel challenged, but it is but a momentary thing. Momentarily it comes, momentarily it goes, because the knowledge prevails. The knowledge prevails. So this knowledge does not shake one and prevails, and so momentarily it comes, momentarily it goes. So then this person is who? Jitatma. So for them, for them who has samatvam towards Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha and other opposites. What other opposites? Shankara strikes, the Lord Krishna strikes close to home. Mana and Apamana. In the olden days we used to say bouquets, and what was the other one? Bricks. Yeah, brick bat, yeah. So if you get a bouquet, for me, wonderful. And if somebody hits you with a brick, then nobody says wonderful. So, so therefore, the sameness of attitude is very difficult to cultivate under adverse situations. When everything is going gung-ho, very nice, everything is happening my way, then it is easy to become a jnani. Yes, I am a jnani. See, I am always in nididhyasana. Wonderful. And then somebody says something, and then immediately what? The person is a puddle, full of tears, has a meltdown. Drama king, drama queen. We don't need more drama in our lives. We need drama without the D. What is that? More Rama means less drama. This is what we have to remember. This is what we have to remember. Okay? More Rama, less drama. This should be our prayer every morning. Oh Lord, let there be more and more Rama in my life and less drama. It's wonderful for you and others also. But I want to have drama, participate in the cultural entertainment program. Simple. Still not too late. Participate in that. Then you can get to be the drama. Be the Rama who plays the drama. See, that's much better. It's much better to be the Rama who plays the drama than be the drama who has lost Rama. Yeah, that thing must not happen. And so here also the Paramatma samahitaha. And then so Shitoshna Sukha Dukkheshu Tatha Mana Apamanayoho. Mana means there is Atmani. Pujyatva bhavaha is called manita. Atmani, with reference to oneself, in oneself, pujayitva bhavaha. Puja bhavana means I am worshipful. Okay, no problem with that. We will allow that so long as you think other people are also equally worshipful. But the mani, the one who has mana, they don't think that. What do they think? I alone am worshipful. Then what are all of you here for? To worship me? Of course. This is called mani. And the mani will put definitely, we got one application once long back. So Pujya Swamiji was reading this application from one person who wanted to come and stay in the ashram for a little while. His name was short, Ram, and then after that BA, LLB, and then what else? LLM, PhD, D Lit. Every letter of the alphabet was there, from A to Z. Everything was there. Yeah, his name is short, and then the Kirti. The Kirti means the claim to fame is huge, very huge, very huge. To show what? It was running out of that letterhead because it was fully, it looked so incongruous, it looked very funny. His name is 3 letters, and after that 26 letters describing all the things that he has done. And Pujya Swamiji said, call him, let's find out what he is like. So like this, there are certain areas where one wants to be respected. Now this desire for respect, we can't even say it is natural. It's not natural. This desire for respect is the most unnatural thing, because if you find that you have done something that is worthy of your own self-respect, then that's it. I am happy that I have these degrees. So I am happy. I did this for what? My own self-satisfaction. I am happy. I don't have to flaunt it in front of you and say, notice this, notice this, notice this, here, here, here. No. But people go to desperate measures because of Atma Ajnanam. Wherever you go, that only is the culprit. I don't know my own glory, therefore what? I need more feathers in my cap. And then you have so many feathers, people take you for a bird, and then you feel insulted. They mistake you for a birdie. And they try to give you some bird food. Yeah, they think you're wearing some kind of a strange bird costume because you've been collecting feathers all your life. So many feathers. What for? That is because there is no understanding of the fact that the self is already approvable without me needing to seek approval from 8.1 billion people in the world. And sometimes it is very difficult because people come and say, shall I do this? What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? And then I will say, yeah, go ahead and do it. Oh, you don't sound very enthusiastic. It must be a bad idea. I'll say, no, I didn't say that. I just said, go ahead and do it. Are you sure? Yes, go ahead and do it. And then after that, I have done it. Well, I'll say, that's great, that's wonderful. Well, you said wonderful kind of little softly. So that means you don't think it's that wonderful. And so like this, doubting oneself before, doubting oneself during, and doubting oneself after every undertaking is the lot of the Ajnani Samsari Jiva. This is one reason to want to get out of samsara very quickly. And the quickest rocket out of samsara is stop begging for validation. Because that's what a 2-year-old baby does. 2-year-old baby will bring one piece of paper and one color, crayon. And then what? Does some art work which only it understands. And then it will come and say, Mommy, this is you. Okay. And the mother says, yeah, very nice, go. And child goes off, trots off. How? How long? Only 2 seconds, 2 minutes. Then it takes another paper and says, now I have drawn daddy, look. And then the mommy and the daddy look exactly alike, just squiggles and colors, that's all. But then that is what it says. This is daddy, this is mommy, this is me. It keeps doing it. And the mother, that's why it's crayon, because it makes the parents yawn. Okay, so so the mother and the father, because they have taken on this parenting duty, have to calmly and repeatedly say, good job, wonderful job, very nice job, now please go away. But the child does not go away. It will go like this to the mother, mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy, look what I have done. Look at me, pay attention to me, love me. In a 2-year-old, it is appropriate, it is insecure. It is still a small child, the brain is not developed, it doesn't know who it is. It is totally dependent on the parents' evaluation and validation of itself. But what about the 52-year-old who is behaving the same way? What do we do about her or him? This is my question. 2-year-old, okay. But that inner 2-year-old never grows up. Why? Because no matter how much validation the parents give, or sometimes they don't give. Why? Because their inner 2-year-old is seeking validation. Their parents are no longer alive, so it's seeking validation from who? From the child. We talked about those kinds of parents. Am I doing a good job? What do you think? How was the food today? How was this today? See, I'm so good. I brought you a new dress. See, I'm so good. I'm sending you to school. Like this. So the parents themselves may not have maybe hurt around this validation issue, or maybe they did validate, but it was not enough to take away the samskaras of the child from the previous life. And then what? The child grows up feeling invalidated. The whole life is what? Not mana, apamana, mana, apamana. Apamana, apamana 1, apamana 2, apamana 3. The whole life feels like a journey from invalidation to invalidation. Therefore, nobody loves invalidation. Therefore, the frantic effort to do what? To keep on getting validation from this one, that one, anybody. Even if you see a rock on the road, you will feel like asking its opinion, what do you think of me? Okay, that is what it is. And so, therefore, this mana and apamana, these two dualities has to be addressed. Why? Because Shita and Ushna coming from outside. And then Sukha, Dukkha, also you can say, you make me Dukkhi. Another person you can say, you make me Sukhi. That also we confuse and think it comes from outside. But Mana and Apamana centered on the I. So Manita Atmani Pujayitva Bhavaha. Pujya Bhavaha Svatmani. So that I need to be worshipped. I need to be, because I have all these things, because I have money, I should have a standing, I should have a sense of entitlement in the world. Because because I know some Sanskrit, everybody should look up to me. Because I am a Pandit, people should look up to me and do this and that to me. Because I have so many other qualifications, people should look up to me. This is what is called Atmani Pujya Bhavaha. This is so, somebody should put me on a pedestal. And if they don't put me on the pedestal, I get angry, I get upset. This is the idea. People do this all the time. Like, this used to happen, maybe it still happens in the rural areas, but it used to happen that this is a patriarchal society. So during the marriage, especially in North India, this story was very much there. What was the story? The groom will bring all the people. The father and the mother of the groom will bring all the people. And then they say, oh, we are the guests, they are the hosts. We have to be treated very nicely. And then some far away relative, not even close, relatively speaking, far away relative, somebody, the cousin of the cousin's wife's brothers, somebody or the other, cousin's wife's brother's cousin from the other side, that person did not get coconut. Okay? Yeah. Because after the marriage, you have to tambulam. You have to give everybody one coconut. Okay? And then with that, what is that? Vettale. What is that? Betel leaf. And then betel nut, betel leaf, coconut, and some dakshina. Then it could be 5 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever you can afford. It has to be given just before they leave. If you give it to them as soon as they come, it is insulting. Because are you asking me to leave? Yeah, only teachers can get away with it. Giving prasada, I mean. Yeah, so are you asking me to leave? No. So therefore, they will sit, they will chat, they will catch up with their friends, they will pretend to pay attention to the marriage and the homa, but they are not. But they are just talking amongst themselves. And then after that, they have to be fed. They are given food, and then they have to be given this little gift. Now, that too a man. At least if it was a woman, at least in India, the men don't cook. They don't cook at all. At least if it was a woman, she will make some chutney out of the coconut. But what will this man do? He has no use for the coconut. But still, nobody gave me coconut. Therefore what? I was insulted. Did you want the coconut? Not particularly. Then why are you crying after this coconut? No, but it represents something and I didn't get this. And people get mad even during the lunch. Lunch also they get mad. Because this is how it is. You have to, when you say no, what happens? You have to put, they'll put the hand like this, you have to put the food over the hand. Okay? Yeah. Then only you have been very hospitable. And you have to say no, and then still some rice and rasam will come on the hand, and then after that you have to eat that and then go, and then as you are going out, the host and the hostess will say, we hope you were taken care of well, we hope everything was to your liking. And then you have to say, triptoham, triptaham, I'm satisfied, I'm happy. So that also becomes a big thing. They asked only 2 times, I had to say no. They didn't ask more than that. Because you see, nowadays, we have had a change in psyche for the good. Because there is lot of inflation. Food is not growing in people's backyard like it used to. Everybody had 2-3 acres of fields. Now nobody has fields, nobody has kitchen garden, nobody has garden. Okay? And so therefore, you have to buy things. And now if you give it to the caterer, they charge by the plate. And so if it's wasted, then you have to pay for it. And it's not good to waste food. So they'll ask once, and if you say no, they will just go away. Now that culture is gone. But before it was very much there. You say no 50 times, and then only that shows what a wonderful thing it was. And then if you say no only 2 times, that means they were not hospitable. What kind of people? What kind of wedding? No, this is not how we didn't enjoy at all. Nobody was there even to ask after us. Nobody came to even ask how you are. So it's like that. So this is the manita. Manita means I am somebody and I should be recognized as such. And the 13th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita will also talk about dambha. Dambha and mana, 2 different things, 2 similar things with a slight difference. What is mana? Mana means I have a few accomplishments and I should be recognized for that. And then dambha means I don't have any accomplishments, yet I should be recognized for that. Yeah. Yet I should be recognized for that. This is dambhita. Manita dambhita. Amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam. Third verse, fourth verse, seventh verse, yeah. So, so that is how it is. So these are all qualifications. So mana apamanayoho tulyaha. Again it is same. This mana and apamana is very big for Lord Krishna. He will bring it in the 12th chapter also. Manapamanayo's tulyaha. Yeah, tulya mitra ripakshayoho. So this is the in the 12th chapter. Every in other places also, this whole the being equanimous in the face of opposites is repeatedly emphasized. So this mana apamana is an important dvandva. Dvandva means what? The opposites. Okay, yeah. And so then shitoshna tatha means in the same manner manapamanayoho, one should have the same samahitah, should be samahitah. So then so what else is there to say? We looked at the whole verse. Yes. Bhashya jitatmanah कार्यकरण संघात आत्मा जितः येन सह जितात्मा कार्यकरण संघातः is आत्मा कार्यकरण संघातः जितः येन. So jitatma means the one who has conquered the body mind sense complex. कार्यकरण संघातः येन जितः सः जितात्मा. Tasya means for that person. Jitatmanah prashantasya. Prashanta is described as prasanna antahkaranasya. Cheerful always, not having a long face. Something has happened, day is not going well. Don't worry, it won't go well later also if you start off like this. Assured. Yeah. And then somebody said, some anatomy professor wrote one article saying that to smile it takes 18 muscles. Okay. And to frown and scowl it takes 46 muscles. Better to smile because then you won't have as many wrinkles. You see, a very persuasive reason to keep smiling rather than frowning. So this is the prasanna antahkaranaha yasya saha prashantatma. What was that? Not prashantatma. Prasannatma? No. Prashantasya. Yeah. Prashantasya. So first he makes it a bahuvrihi and then he says tasya, for that person. Prashantasya. Prashantaha means prasanna antahkaranaha yasya saha. Then prashantasya means tasya, for that person. So for that person, what about that person? The one who is cheerful under all circumstances. Prashantaha antahkaranaha sataha means who is that? Sanyasinaha. Sanyasinaha, for the sannyasi, because the sannyasi in his mind has gained the knowledge. For this sannyasi, Paramatma samahitaha. Paramatma samahitaha means Sakshat Atma Bhavena Paramatma Vartate ityarthaha. Beautiful. This Paramatma is sitting in the heart of such a jnani of equanimity as what? Atma. Usually people in Ajnanam say Atma becomes Paramatma. Here Paramatma has become Atma. Very beautiful. Nice, subtle but very powerful reversal on part of Adi Shankara. Very beautiful. And so, then what else? Kimcha Shitoshna Sukha Dukkheshu Tatha Mane Apamane Cha Manapamanayoho puja paribhavayoho. Puja means worship. Paribhava is insult. Okay, so in the case of worship and in the case of insult, tatha, same. The sameness in this is the hallmark of a jitatma. Manecha apamanecha. Singularly he puts, and then manecha apamanecha manapamanayoho. Puja paribhavayoho. Same thing happens. They have equanimity. They have equanimity in all situations. And then the jnani is described further, and we'll see that when tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.